Hello everyone, my name is yet another gaming fail, or Finn, and we're once again here for another DCS Mission Editor video. What are we going to be doing? Well, we've been working on this Apache campaign now for a little bit. I've loaded up our template with the fob included, and we can start thinking about some of the other missions that we're going to be doing. So I've got this fob up here. If you are not aware, then a couple of videos ago I made a tutorial on how the fobs work, and included in that I did a quick guide on setting up your fob, etc. But I also showed the hint, which was this fob which we've now set up. So this is going to be the starting area for a few of these missions. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to start off by dragging our player Apache over to here, and now we've got both of our Apaches set up, or at least one of our Apaches set up to take off from here. And what we'll do is we'll just quickly go to the second one and make sure that he's set up to the right one there. So there we are, we've got our Apache set up, so we've got us and our wingman launching from there. So what's the theme for today? Well, obviously you can see this red line here, which is the original borders for the kind of Turkey and Cyprus, although I think the Turkish call themselves like the Cypriot Turks or something like that, but yeah. So what we're going to do is we're going to fly out to Kingsfield here, and I think we're aiming on taking out some more surface-to-air missile systems, and maybe some armoured units, some infantry, something like that. But yeah, I think what we'll do, let's start out, we'll dip over to the template section over here on the left, go to Russia, and then just see what we've got. I think it is pretty tempting to do like an SA-10 site. I just wonder, I just think that's probably too many launchers, isn't it? So probably get rid of that and just biff that off. Let's have a look here. What other, have we got? SA-10 SAM battery, that's the same thing pretty much, so let's get rid of that. And then let's see, what have we got? Maybe we do like an SA-2 or an SA-6 site. Okay, we did the SA-6 site in the last SAM one, which I think is I think we're gonna avoid that. Let's see. An SA-3. Okay, let's go with an SA-3 site. I feel like that's something a bit different, a bit fresh, a bit interesting. So we've got a reasonable WES on that. So yeah, let's bring it down into here, and then I think what we'll do is we'll bring it so that it's on one side of the runway. So let's get this guy in here like this, just plonk him down there, and then just rotate him this way like that, and then we can just come into here and grab him here, and then I think, should we just give him a bit more spread like this, I think, and then we can also get the let's get the trucks orientated a bit differently, and we'll get some field hides out and stuff, and like we can cover these guys up, which I think would be pretty good. So that's kind of like a fuel truck, that's a supply truck here, and then we'll move this guy out here, this guy out here, we'll get him in here like this, and then get this lad over to here. So okay, not looking too shabby so far, just kind of doing some spreading out here. The main thing will be obviously taking out this scanning tracking radar, so that's going to be our main thing. So what we'll just quickly do is we'll just quickly rename this to be Kingsfield SAM, like that. And we'll just then quickly do 05 so that it's got a different starting designation. And then we'll do STR here. Then we're just going to quickly tab through all of these and do LN for launcher, and then we're going to just copy this guy as well and just tab through each of these until we've done all the launchers. There we are. And then the rest of these, that's the scanning radar, and then this is just truck like that. We can just basically get that in for the rest of these guys here. So it's always good to name your units, like, you know, I do it in every video, but just make sure if you name your videos, you know that name your units, you can always come back and sort them later. So that's that done there. I think that's going to be all good. I think what we'll then do next is we'll start to set out kind of what we want around the rest of it. So we're just going to place a little zone in here. We're just going to do scenery remove like that. We're just going to set it to, let's do like, let's hit 200, no, let's do 250, 250 covers it, and then just drag it so that it's not touching that building there, and then we could just make that like a blue or something to stand out. So we'll just come into the triggers here, and we've got mission start, we've already got time more, so we're just going to come here, we're going to do remove scenery, so it's just, there is a remove somewhere, or scenery remove object zone, there we are. Scenery remove, and then trees only, like that, and then that removes the trees there, gives us a bit more space to work with, and then we can just come over to our static objects, place in another cow here, of course. Right, let's just quickly go for a structure, and then let's look for dim field hides. So let's see, we've got canopies. I do think that's probably not going to be right, but I do prefer the field hides. So it's probably FARP field hide. This field hide is somewhere. Let's see, protection walls, ammo crates, fences, signs, containers, command posts, lights, tents. Goes. Okay, maybe it's something else then. See if it's a ground vehicles thing. There we are, field hide. Field hide small. I think that'll do for these guys. So we'll do airbase field hide 1. Let's just remove the 1, and we can just copy it. Just copy the whole lad here, paste him, and then paste him again. And then I think that gives us enough cover there. And then we'll also paste in just like a couple of these around here, and then we can use them for reference for later. And then we want to switch this guy up to be the larger field hide. So we'll just come and grab the name off of this lad here, and then rename this guy like that. And then, as with some of the other stuff before, we're just gonna turn these and then just get it so that we're covering like out the back basically of these guys, and then we're just going to point each of these launchers to be a bit more directional like this. Yeah. And then like this. There. Okay. And then like this. And then we'll just point this guy out like this. There we are. Okay, I think that looks pretty good so far. Shall we, if we just hit save on this one, save as, and then we'll just do mission 3 like this. There we go. Just hit a save here. There we go. And then just hit fly. And let's check out what this looks like. Okay, loading in, as we're used to. Always takes a while on that first load up when you're first setting up that mission. So let's just quickly see how long this takes and then get straight in there, get it sorted. See what we can come out with. Okay, just hit back here as we know, and then just tab over here to these guys. And I think that's probably a pretty good start. We've got our little vehicles in their canopies here, which looks pretty cool. And then we've got our SA3s. I wonder if we should just get rid of the field hides for the SA3s. Maybe we should. Okay. What we'll also do as well, I noticed that trigger didn't work properly, so we'll just come back in, we'll just make a quick adjustment. So let's just do all in here like that, and then let's just remove all of these lads like this, and then we'll just set these guys out a bit further from one another, because I feel like that would be a bit more I get a bit more coverage with that, like that, and then let's hit save and launch here. Just see what difference that makes. Again, you know, I like to do a lot of kind of aesthetic work and stuff, so you know, it'll be interesting to see. Okay, do back spectators again, and just come over here. Here we are. Okay, I think that looks a little bit better, a little less dense, and I think that works out pretty nicely. I think what we'll do next then is we'll set out like a bunch of mats and stuff, and then we'll have helicopters based on those. So paste that in there, and then we'll get the AM2 mats like this, and then we're just going to kind of spread them here, and then like copy and paste them along, so that we've got like a couple of helicopters or something. So the idea is we're going to be taking out kind of vehicles that are, you know, poised, ready for the next wave of this attack. I think that'll come out pretty well. And then, so what we can do is we can then paste in another lad here and just set that to be helicopters, and then I think probably an MI-24. I think we'll go with the V, I think. And then, although let's set it to Turkey and see what helicopters they have. Okay, interesting. They have the MI-24P. Okay, that's alright then. And then we can just do that and then paste these guys in. So we'll just change that to be MI-24P Airbase static, like that. Copy it, and then I'm just going to paste. Oh, we're going to copy this whole lad even. Here, paste, paste. Get another one pasted here. Face him in there, and then I think as well as that we'll also get some containers in. So we'll do cargoes, and then oh, not animals, cargoes. We'll do container. Well, let's just quickly change it to be a container first. ISO container, so airbase container, like that. And then we'll just have a couple of these around. Let's get them in here, I think. And then, so we've got one there, and let's see, one here. Let's do that. I think that'll work out pretty nicely. So we've got some objectives. I think we should be destroying these static helicopters, and then taking out these cargoes as well. And in the meantime, also we'll need to destroy the SA6, SA3. So we'll just hit save here. So I think we're pretty much done on like the bulk of the mission in terms of like the actual targets. What we will do though is we'll do Kingsfield and then put infantry like here, like that. And then we can just come through here, select infantry as intended, and then just get a bunch of let's get paratrooper AKS guys in here, and then basically we're just gonna absolutely spam in about 25 units, something like that. I think that'll do it. And then we can bring these guys in. We can have them kind of standing around the different vehicles that we've got here. You can have some of them by their helicopters. Don't mind the nearly caught sneezing noise in the background. Then we get some guys over here by their trucks, etc. I think that'll be good. Then get a few guys around the cargo containers, because I think that makes sense as well. Just like this here. Okay, get another lad in here like this. So I've got a good bit of coverage so far. I think it's good to get some infantry spread around, even if you're not necessarily in the mission just to attack infantry. I think it's good to have them because you just, it just adds a little bit of, little bit more like flavor to the mission. And also I feel like, if you're attacking a position which has got enemy forces there, there's not just going to be a bunch of aircraft sat there on the tarmac doing nothing. There's going to be people walking around. There's going to be people on these sites getting up to their business. So, I think it's important to have some life going on here, like this. And then I think what we'll do as well for the last couple of these guys is we'll pull them off to one side. We'll find somewhere that they're probably like here or something. Here and here for these guys, and then we'll get these guys on the other side over like here, like this. Let's get them in this field together. And then, so for these guys here, we can go for air defense and just switch these guys over to the Iglas. So he's going to be an Igla, and then he's going to be the Igla C2, and then likewise for this one over here, air defense. We're then going to have the Igla, and then his buddy will be the Igla C2 again. Here we are, and then that's pretty much outlined our infantry now, so I think that's pretty good. Let's just hit save there, hit fly, and just check out how it looks, and then hopefully once we're done with that we can just add in our basic criteria, and we'll probably be done with one of the quickest missions that we've done in a long time. So hit back here, spectators, F10, here we go. We can come over to our scanning tracking radar here, hit F7, and so we've got our helicopters set out. This guy over here is stood on the top of the helicopter blades, which is not exactly what I'd intended, but it's kind of funny. And then we've got our lads just situated around here. The cargo container is going to have to come out from under the cover, but I think otherwise, I think it looks pretty good. I think that's probably as could be as best as we could ask for, really. So what we'll do, if anything, is we'll remove this cover here and bring this lad in. Then we need to sort out this guy being on the blades. We can have him just down here like that. I think that covers that guy off, and then basically we're done with that aspect of the mission. So we can now just start coming through. We can do hidden on map and planner, for all of these guys, and then it's just a case of hiding these as well, so that we can't see them. Like I say, I always like to hide everything, because otherwise if you leave it all there, then you give the players an advantage they wouldn't have in the real life, because they know where all the enemy units are, which is not realistic. So I think it's only fair that we have it a bit more difficult to deal with. So we just come in here like this, hidden on map, hidden on planner, hidden on map, hidden on planner, etc. Like that, and then we could just hide this zone as well here, hidden, and then just for ease we'll just set this to be red there, and I think we can just hit save on that now, and then let's just quickly come in here and do our triggers. So mission start, I don't think there's anything else we need to do there. We can delete that because we're not going to use it. Mission goal, now this is going to be slightly different. We're going to obviously need to make sure that the units are dead that we're asking for, so we'll do unit dead. First of all, we need to find, so we've got Kingsfield infantry, but we want to make sure it's the scanning radar. We've got the tracking radar. Those are the two first things that we need gone. Then we're going to need the MI-24s, so we're going to copy these and get rid of all of these guys. So there we go, like that. So we need the MI-24s dead. Then we need the cargoes dead, so we need to have the ones that are labelled container, so these will be somewhere up here. So airbase container, and airbase container, and that is it pretty much. So that's the mission goal. Then the success criteria, we just need to make sure that the landing, the unit inside zone, we're just going to set that, just going to need a zone here for our lads. so that we know that we've landed and the mission's complete. So landing zone like that, and we'll just set that to be green and make it about 500 feet wide, because we only want to land on those landing pads there. And then you'll just come into here again, success criteria. We're just going to update this so that our landing zone is the one that we're using, and then the rest of that is all good. We'll probably set the AGL altitude lower than like 50, just to be sure. And then mission success is all done there. Mission failure though, we can now add in a thing just to say unit dead, user Apache 1, then or, and then unit dead, user Apache 2. Okay, so that's now got everything set up. All we need to do is the atmospherics of the mission. What we'll do, just for the second, to make it a bit easier to work with the failure criteria, let's just add a new thing for bomb in zone here, and let's add a new thing for bomb in zone here, just to make sure that it doesn't just go off by itself. So let's do the atmospherics now. I think we want to do kind of like an early day, kind of like pre-dawn attack like this. I think we kind of want quite overcast. Let's go overcast and rain 1 and see how that looks. And then go from there. So do save and fly, and we'll see how this looks, because it would be pretty awesome to get this all going and good. Let's see here. Okay, you'll hit back spectators. Alright, and then let's just go over here and hit F12 like that. Okay. Alright, let's choose a slot and load in as one of our Apaches, and just see what it looks like on the old the windscreen. So just waiting on that loading. Come on then. Here we are. Ooh, having a bit of a senior moment here. Oh. Okay. Hit fly, and then we've got the weather on the windscreen. Let's just see how long it takes of in-game time before the sun is going to rise enough that we can kind of see a reasonable amount. So I feel like it's getting lighter already. Let's see. I think probably about 15 minutes in should be enough. It's pretty laggy because of the weather, but we can do some fixing on that. Okay. I mean, I think it'll be pretty light by the time we move into the target AO. So I think that'll be good. We can leave that as, like, you know, kind of darker and downpourier. I think that'll be pretty decent there. And then the last thing that's left is just to clean up the rest of the mission. So get rid of our other aircraft, just like this, and then get rid of our infantry units over here, because we're not going to need them. And then we can hit save, and that's it, guys. I know it's been a pretty quick one, but I wanted to do a pretty quick entry into this campaign that I'm building. I will go back and do a lot more work on it later to make it a bit more, you know, a bit more interesting, have a few voice lines perhaps, you know, but, like, you know, for the moment I'm just building missions that people can play and enjoy, and, you know, and just you know, live in the moment, enjoy the flying and the experience that you can have, and I just think it's pretty cool to keep it simple. So so yeah, that's been this one. My name has been Finn, or yet another game you fell. I thank you very much for your time. I hope you all have a lovely day, and goodbye.